So let's talk about something very special which just happened. We are at 100 subscribers. That's crazy to think about. I am gonna make a regular video. I just wanted to say thank you. It would be nothing without getting to this point. And even though, it's just a first baby milestone, it is something very meaningful. And honestly, I'm looking to expand. I'm looking to make better content, use gameplay, and do all of that. And honestly, when we figure this out, it's gonna be much, much better, and it's gonna be a different step. So for right now, bear with me. I will get everything the way it's imagined to be, but for right now, I do want to celebrate this achievement. What I want to talk about today is the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are a great team. Yes, I get to talk about my team when we hit 100. The Miami Heat are great. I want to talk about them because they've really surprised me this season. Right now they're the seventh seed in the East. They got this because of a loss that they had to the Bulls. Unfortunate, but honestly, they're a team which has maintained themselves pretty good this season. The last few games have been, kind of there, and they haven't been that good. But I like the Heat this season. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing that they did last year, but I do personally think that if they keep playing the way that they're playing, it's not going to be too hard to see them in the playoffs. And the reason why I talk about the Heat right now is because of Jimmy Butler. And I just want to say he's gotten better. Maybe the stats don't really show it, especially his steals. I do believe that he's getting lazier on defense. But honestly, the way that this man has played this season has been amazing. I do think that he's been very good in terms of getting the ball, stealing the ball, not stealing the ball, stealing calls from the refs, being able to put himself in position to win. And especially with the fact that, the Heat have had to go into a smaller lineup because they don't have really a real center which is good enough to start alongside of Bam. Jimmy has had to play power forward, for the past 2 seasons now. And I do believe that it has caused him to have higher efficiency, or at least a better understanding of the game. His worst attribute right now is his field goal percentage. But, I attribute that mostly to the fact that there's some times where he's not even trying to make some of the field goals. There's some times where Jimmy does get lazy, or he just gets, kind of down. But I will say that his 3-point shooting has actually been great. He's shooting 39.6% from the three. And even though he does it on little attempts, I do like to see a guy like Jimmy be able to put up those numbers from three. Because if he can carry that onto the playoffs, just even shooting a respectable 40%, even if it's just spotting up patiently, it brings a dynamic to their game which is much different. I feel like the Heat have got it figured out when it comes to the playoffs. Their coach is a pro at it. And when we look at their team this season, the most impressive guy, and this is crazy to say, has been Duncan Robinson. Miami got another one. Duncan Robinson, we knew he was good in the bubble, and then the year after the bubble, he was especially good. But we have never seen him like the way he is right now. Duncan Robinson before was one of those guys where it's either you catch it or you lay it up, right? You catch and shoot, lay up, nothing else. Because he wouldn't work. He was one of these guys where it's like he couldn't even work under a system because he couldn't go to the rim and finish with some confidence. And that has completely changed this season. 15 points on 44% from the three. Elevated percentage is the highest of his career from the two. And he's just been amazing when it comes to really putting his mind and saying, I'm gonna go and be great and improve in the areas where I'm lacking just so that I could have, a better chance this season at, winning and getting some more play time and more opportunities. I want to say that Tyler Hero is back with the injuries. I do really like Tyler Hero, and I do think that he's been good and honestly amazing for a team. But I do think that he has to stop getting injured. It happens every single season with Tyler Hero where he doesn't play all the games and he has some type of injury that eliminates him for some time. Right now it's an ankle sprain and he'll be evaluated after 2 weeks. And it's like, bro, we have to have you on the floor. Out of his last 5 games, he won 3, and one of them was versus the Lakers, right? Which it's the Lakers. They're much better than the Heat. And the fact that you're in the game really affects how the team plays. I do think that he does need to do better in that aspect. Since he brings so much offense and we need him in that sense, I do believe that it is causing more, disruptions in the team. Another guy which I really wanted to talk about was Jason Richardson, which has been a guy which, oh my God, his defense has been great. He's averaging a cool 10 points for Miami, and I do believe that he's been the guy who's just been able to be the plug-in player, like we need you to do this for this game, and please just do that because we need you to do it. And he's just been amazing at it. I honestly think that he does deserve what he's been getting, and the way that he has played with Miami has allowed them to play way better defense on guards and be able to make sure that they have a good understanding and feel for the game, when it comes to losing players and losing guards. Before was very impactful for Miami, but now it's more subtle. Jaime Jaquez Jr., 50, 30, 39.5, and then 85. He's shooting amazing numbers, and he's doing it on 13 points, great defense, and just being an absolute dog out there. Miami got another one, and honestly, I do want to say that shout out to him for being able to, insert himself. And I do believe that he is what Miami was looking for. Like a guy like Nikola Jovic, you see him and he doesn't get minutes and he doesn't get playtime. And a lot of people say that it's because of this, it's because of that. But if we're being honest, the biggest reason why Jovic doesn't play is because he doesn't get better. He is not adapting his game to do what he needs to do to succeed on the Heat. And I believe that that's been the biggest stopper for him. Jaime Jaquez is the opposite. He took his chance, he grabbed it, and he was like, I'm going to make this work. There's no way I'm not going to make this work. Kyle Lowry, I still do think he's severely overpaid. And even though he's been playing great this season, I do think that averaging 10 points or 9.8 and 4 assists and getting paid $30 million, like, yeah, bro, you're great, but the Miami Heat need to cut him. Anyone would serve as a better point guard, or just make Tyler Herro learn how to pass the way they did to, Devin Booker. Because honestly, let's talk about it. When you look at a team like the Heat, they have a lot of guys with a lot of high IQ. I do believe that they can make someone learn how to pass just for the sake of, getting rid of Kyle Lowry. Hayward Highsmith has been amazing, in terms of just defense. And Bam, obviously, the guy in the regular season, which we count on the most, has shot 33% from 3 this year and has been playing like a paint beast, walking double-double, stealing a block, doing his regular thing, and he's up to scoring from last season. I like the Heat. I really do. And I think that if not this many players were injured, then they would have a better seeding. And honestly, I think that this year they're going to be the team to watch in the playoffs for the East, because if they eliminate one of the big dogs early, it's going to be a tough matchup for whoever else wants to win a championship. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Thank you for 100. We got to 100. Peace.